Today is day 6 of the 90-day Mastering Astral Projection Challenge. The challenge directly comes from this book here. It's Mastering Astral Projection. Now, the important thing with this challenge is starting from day 1, I'm just going to be speaking a little more quickly from here on out of how to do the exercises, because you should at this point already know what I'm talking about when I say brushing or a sponging motion, as well as breath awareness or relaxation techniques. So we're starting off for day 6. You're doing your morning affirmations, your dream journal, and at nighttime, you're doing your nighttime affirmation. That's going to stay consistent. Day 6, you're still sticking with your day 1 affirmation. You stick with that affirmation for a week. So day 6, you're still saying the morning affirmation and you're doing your dream journal. Now you want to move on to your exercises for the day. So you start with another 5-minute relaxation technique. Again, you're just relaxing different muscle groups throughout your body for about 5 minutes, and you're doing it to your entire body. Then for another 5 minutes, you do an additional breath awareness or a mindful breathing meditation. Whatever you're comfortable with, for 5 minutes, you do a mindful breathing technique or breath awareness. After that 5 minutes, then you're on to stimulating different parts of the energy body again. This is always the last exercise. And on day 6 again, we're still focusing on the lower half of the body. So we're on the toes again. So you start with your big toe on the right foot, and you want to do that sponging action for about 15 seconds, 15 to 30 seconds, and then you want to do a brushing action for about 15 to 30 seconds. I will always link a video above so you can see what I mean by brushing and sponging. You do every single toe on your right foot individually, and then you want to do that stimulating the energy body. You want to do all those exercises on all the toes on the left foot. So you do the brushing and the sponging on each toe. You then want to do the bottoms of your heels again, just like yesterday's video, day 5. You want to act as if you're brushing from the soles of the bottom of your left foot all the way up to the toe, and do that over and over. You want to do that for about 15 to 30 seconds again. You're only doing the brushing motion on the bottom of your foot. You then want to do that brushing motion on the other side of your foot as well. After you've done the brushing motion, then you do a sponging motion. You're sponging out your entire foot on the left side, and then you sponge out the entire foot on the right side. After you've done, those are pretty much the exercises that we did yesterday. All these videos basically slowly add on to each other. So each exercise might last a few minutes longer every day. So after you've already done that exercise that you've previously done yesterday, you've already stimulated your entire toes and the bottoms of your feet. You then are going to focus on doing a brushing motion. You start on the right foot. You want to start on the top of your foot, and you want to do a brushing motion from the top of your foot over your shin, over your knee, all the way up your thigh to your hip bone. And then do a brushing motion all the way back down. You do that about 10 to 12 times. So you just act as if you have a paintbrush, and you're just brushing up and down from your toe all the way up to your hip bone at the front of your leg. You then do that same brushing motion on the side of your leg. And how you do that is you focus on your small pinky toe. So you focus on the smallest toe on your right or left foot, and you do it on the edge of your foot, and you try to, again, paint that awareness, or use a paintbrush, they say. And you do a painting, or you do a brushing motion from the tip of your smallest toe all the way up the side of your leg, side of your knee, side of your thigh, all the way right to your hip. You do that about 10 to 12 times as well. You then focus on the inner leg. So you draw your attention, you do that brushing motion from your big toe all the way to the inner leg, all the way up the inner thigh, all the way up to that inner groin hip bone, right where that meets. You then do the back of the leg. So you start at the heel or the back of the sole there on your foot, and then you go all the way up the back of your calf, knee, and your hips as well. And then you want to make sure that you are doing that one about 10 to 12 times. You then do that same brushing motion, the front, the sides, and the back on your left foot, or on your left leg, or whatever leg is the opposite than you started with. After you've done the brushing motion, then you're going to do a sponging motion. Again, all of this is individual legs. So you can do a sponging motion on the left leg or the right leg about 10 to 12 times, going up and down. From the tip of the toes all the way up to the hip. So you're just going up and down about 10 to 12 times. After you do the sponging motion on the right leg or left leg, you then switch and you do that same technique on your other leg. And then lastly, you're going to do that thing that we've been talking about, is you split your awareness. So you're not going to do a double brushing right here. You're only splitting your awareness right now for sponging. So you act as if for both feet, you're starting on both your feet here, and you're going to do that sponging technique on both of your legs at the same time. And you're going to try to picture what that is. You're going to try to split that awareness and be able to recreate that sensation from the toes all the way up to the hips, to the groin, and then back down. And you want to do that about 10 to 12 times as well. Now, if you're starting to feel like you need to do it more than 10 or 12 times, do whatever you feel comfortable with. And as always, remember, this shit is so easy, you can do it in your sleep.